This is from our first week of this school year. A little music, or should I mix it? Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for allowing me to attend this Denmark Korea Happy Education Expo. I'm happy to be with you. I represent 10. Klasse Center Roskilde, which is a 10th grade school. And my name is Lennart. I'm a teacher in the school. Roskilde is located just half an hour's drive from Copenhagen. It's famous for its music festival, annual music festival, but also to the World Heritage Site, the Roskilde Dome. My school is a municipal 10th grade school. It's established in 2000. It has 170 students and they age between 15 to 18. My students commute from cities around Roskilde, so we cover different municipalities 5 days a week. So it's not like the boarding schools, the Efterskoles. It's not 24/7. It's a public school, no tuition. We have 20 employees. We receive our students from the primary and lower secondary schools. It can be both private and public schools. So they come to our schools after 9 years schooling. 10th grade is a voluntary year, not a gap year. It's quite intense. So after 10th grade, they proceed to youth education. One can say that 10th grade is the juicy and nutritious beef in a sometimes dry bun. We ask our students, or coming students, when we go to our mother schools, if they want to learn more, if they want to become more mature, if they need further clarification for youth education, if they need new friends and new experiences, then it's a clear yes, they are welcome in our school. And we also ask them if they do not want to go to school, if they are ready to start youth education, or if they are determined about their educational career path. And if they say yes to that question, well, we advise them to go to either upper secondary school or vocational school straight away from 9th grade. Every year we receive new students, so we have them only for 1 year, and in order to sort of pull in the same direction, We focus on ownership, recognition, communities, development, and room for contemplation. For us, it means that ownership is somehow translated into 3 student interviews every year, where teachers speak with the students before they start at the school. In November, when they have been visiting youth education schools, and in January, when they have made their final choice on where to go after 10th grade. In recognition, we think that it's very convenient to treat people differently, to treat them alike. We have morning sessions, joint lectures, and study trips, similar to the Efterskoles. So we try to look into what is happening in the Efterskoles. We work with development, and we work with goals, progression, and learning process through feedback and awareness. And finally, room for contemplation is, in our understanding, full days of optional subjects. I think early on was mentioned that theme subjects could be part of the curriculum in the Efterskoles. And of course, at our school, bridging to youth education is very important. This is a week at our school. Monday to Tuesday, Wednesday is mandatory classes, and we have elective courses too. And Thursday and Friday is like optional subjects where our students focus on subjects that we'll see in the next slide. Marked here in the middle is the contact teacher. As I think the idea is originally from the Efterskole, working with a small group of students, and the teacher has a close contact to the students during the year. So every Tuesday there's some time located for dialogue between teacher and a little group of students. So mandatory classes is Danish, math, English, and contact teacher. I teach math. We also provide like elective courses, German, physics, chemistry, additional math, and English and Danish. Yeah. So similar to the Efterskoles, we have these optional subjects: film and media, additional subject and skills, PE and sports, art, design, crafts and technology, being human, just being human. Yeah. Music, science, culture, and social studies. Our optional subjects is with a focus on educational choices. Me teaching PE and sports, we focus on what type of training do you need to work in the field of PE or sports. Can you work as a physiotherapist? If you want to be a fitness instructor, what does it take in your personal skills? What do you need to develop if you want to work as a fitness instructor or nurse or so? And in our optional subjects, we also focus on the desire to learn. Many of our students they've had quite a tough time in the 9 years of schooling before 10th grade. So when they suddenly it turns out that they have something to bring in our optional subjects, they figure out what to do after 10th grade. So it's highly valued to work with the students in these optional subjects. What is different from many of the Efterskoles is the location of my school. It's the building marked with the red line here, and it's located next to the business college and the basic healthcare college in one direction. Other direction, we have another business college where you can get training as a baker, butcher, chef, and waiter. And in the third direction, we have the technical and the vocational school, where our kids, they go. At this moment, my students, they're actually in these schools visiting to see what it's like to train as a baker or butcher. Bridging or bridge building for future education is somehow very important for our students to have like a personal experience. So they get to see a secondary school, upper secondary school for a week. They can visit a college for a week, and then they have several weeks of internship, maybe working with a plumber or working in what can it be, a bakery. After this week of bridge building, our students, they come back to school, and then they look into their personal education plan, and they combine with the experiences they get when they visit the secondary schools and the vocational schools. So they make reflections on what can they actually make, or what kind of choices to make in the end of this year. And this movie is about the project assignment. So they ask, who am I? What can I do? Who will I be? This assignment sort of marks the experiences from the bridge building. And what happens after 10th grade? Recently I met this guy in the photo, Emre. When I met him 5 years ago, he was uncertain and uneasy. He couldn't really fit into his football club, but during the 10th grade year, he got more mature, more confident, more clarified, and actually he started upper secondary school after his 10th grade. Now, this year, he is in the 3rd semester, being a building constructor, playing soccer in a sub-professional club. So I think he's just a success like many others that I meet during the year at the 10th grade school. And yes, this was the end of my presentation. Hope you're happy about it.
네.